welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, as you can see by the title, we are testing out the brand new L'Oreal 24-hour fresh wear foundation in a powder. So, oh, that's so odd. It's a bit of a weird concept. I'm obviously going to mention the bits that I do think I don't really like about it, if that makes sense. What? So I am literally so excited, purely because this is literally my favourite foundation ever. I've tried so many and I literally love this one, and it is like obviously drugstore, so I've even found higher ones. Anyway, regardless, this is my favourite foundation that I've ever tried so far in my life, and this is the Infallible in the shade 140. And what I was most excited about is because it's exactly the same, it's just in a powder, like it's from the same range and everything. So I was really excited to try it out and see how it compares, if it makes it easier, which bits I don't like about it and which bits I do, because I definitely mentioned both. So before we start this video, make sure to subscribe down below, hit the like button and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. I've got so many testing videos coming up and I've got a brand new one on Wednesday, so make sure to hit the bell so you don't miss out on that. But without further ado, I'm going to get straight into the video and I really hope you do enjoy. So obviously I have actually applied a little bit of like spray mist on my face last night, which is why I look more tanned. I haven't applied it to my chest, but I applied it to my neck. So obviously we're going to match it up. I like to put like a lot of glow on my chest as well, so I'm going to make sure to do that in this video. But first of all, I was really pleased that I managed to find the same shade that I actually have in the liquid foundation bottle. I bought myself a new one and it's in the shade 140. Also, please ignore my nails, I've like pulled them all off. Yeah, so I got this, and then obviously the foundation powder is in the same shade. I have to say the shade range, there wasn't very many to pick from, but I do find a lot of them tend to be then pink and I don't really like that. So it just looks like that. It looks so cool. It does come with a little sponge, but I don't think I'd ever use that, honestly. Like, I just don't see why. It's just, in all fairness, it just feels like a really cheap sponge, and I don't know how that would apply. I'm not going to use that. It does come with a little mirror though, so I think that's really good. Obviously if you're out and about and you need to like top it up or anything, but I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to apply this. It doesn't say on there, but I'm just going to do it with the brush as I would normally, just because I want to kind of go in with the same idea as what I'd normally do, and I think it would probably work better than a sponge, but we're going to give it a go. I'm just going to pop a little bit of primer on as well. I have actually moisturised already, but I just thought I'll add a little bit of primer. I absolutely love this primer. This is the XX Revolution Cloud Primer, and honestly, when I say my face feels so like plump and it just feels amazing. I'm so annoyed because last night I like sprayed my face and I had like a hoodie on, so it's only gone like here, and like obviously my hoodies come around my neck like that, and it's not like done my whole neck, so just whatever. In all fairness, I normally wear like a top that goes up to my neck, but today I'm wearing this. I just thought it'd be easier, and I think it's getting so much sunnier now. I don't know if anyone else finds that. Like, it's not hot, but it definitely feels warmer today, so that is a positive. Actually, if you haven't already seen my video on the Ordinary concealer, make sure to go and watch it. I've literally just put so much and I did not need all that. But I'm going to be using that today and see how it goes with this. I was a bit like hesitant, I'll be honest, because it's so weird that it's like in a powder. Like, how bizarre is that? Like, you would never have thought that would have been a thing, I don't think. I just want to like brighten up the areas. I want to, before I go ahead and apply the foundation, you all know by now if you've watched me before that I only do my foundation in this section, and obviously my head, but I don't like to go like underneath my eye with it, so I do like to obviously do this step before so I can kind of see where I've already done. And I find working with 2 layers of concealer does make it a lot better. It does give it more of a flawless effect. and it blends really nicely that way rather than just putting one layer after you've already done the foundation. I think then you're more inclined to take the foundation further up your face. I've literally just been using the viewfinder to do my makeup. I need to just use a mirror. Imagine your favourite foundation of all time gets created into like a new line of foundation. Like, that is why I'm mostly excited for this video. Like, it's not just like an average foundation in a powder for me. Like, this is literally one of my favourite foundations that I've ever tried. It is 1 AM, so excuse what I look like, but how many times do I want to say I'm so excited? Like, I was so excited, but like, how many times do I need to say it? And the fact that it's now in a powder and it's the same shade, I feel like my opinion can be quite brutal. Is that the right word? Obviously I've used this for so long, so I really do know how the foundation works. So to use it in a powder, I promise we will actually be getting onto the actual foundation part. As you can see, I'm very obsessed with telling you how much I like the liquid foundation before I've even tried the powder one. But I just think, because I know this foundation so well, I'm so excited to see, I don't know what to say at this point, how it works, and I'll know if it is completely different or if it's worth getting at all. So we're finally getting onto the actual video. So, oh, that's so odd. So I've just literally dipped my brush in, and I don't know if you can see, but like around the outside, like it's literally like flown up in the air. I'm not sure. And also what I want to know is it going to allow me to put more concealer over the top? Like, I want to go back over with concealer. It smells so weird. It smells so perfumed. I don't know if that's like... It's honestly very bizarre. And I feel like the shade isn't the same. I honestly, first impressions, I think it just seems a little bit not my shade. But the foundation is like exactly the same. It's very weird. It literally feels like I'm just applying bronzer all over my bare skin. It's a bit of a weird concept. But honestly, I'll get the shade out in a minute. The foundation shade I normally use is bang on my skin tone. Ciao. Anyway, so sort out my nose. Sort out my nose. Why does it look like that? Which is odd, because surely if it's the same number in the same foundation range line, it's red, obviously from the same range. They're both 24-hour fresh wear. I think the one good thing about this is, I don't know if anyone struggles with keeping their foundation on all day. I feel like most of the time it's not always the foundation. Like, don't get me wrong, sometimes if it's light coverage it's obviously going to look a lot more dewy. But I suppose if you did want to top up throughout the day, you can take this with you and it's not gonna like... Because I know a lot of people put their foundation on the back of their hand and like apply it like that. Honestly, if you've never applied foundation to the back of your hand and then got it on your top or something, then you haven't done makeup. Do you know what I mean? Like, it definitely happens. So I think the good thing about this powder is obviously it's literally a powder. And do you know what? The first time I went like that, it literally went everywhere. But now it's like not at all. I don't know what everyone thinks about this on me, but it looks so flawless. Oh my god, I don't know, oh my god. Okay, now I feel like I can talk to you a bit better because I'm all blended. I think I am anyway. Please don't come at me if I'm not. I haven't really I can't see that much in the viewfinder. Let me have a look. I honestly can't with this. It's so light because it's a powder. It feels so light on my skin. Like, I genuinely don't feel like I've got foundation on. This is such a cool thing. I'm actually obsessed. I think this might become my foundation. Oh my god. I can't even explain what it's like. It's like, you know, have you ever applied, like, I did the powder foundation test the other day, and that'll be up on my channel soon, where you put the powder underneath your foundation, and this is like nothing like that at all. Like, it's not at all the same. I find that sometimes if you apply your powder over your foundation, which obviously most people do, sometimes it can sometimes it does make it look like you have got like a thicker layer on your skin. Like, it doesn't look so fresh, and this literally, it hasn't built up or be cakey at all. It feels like I've just applied bronzer or powder or anything of that formula, but it looks like foundation. I'm absolutely... Am I missing the point? That is kind of the point. What? Like, the pan's like that, and obviously this bottle has lasted me since about May. Like, obviously my old bottle lasted me from about May and I use it pretty much every day. I don't know if that's going to last me as long. How much is in here? This is 9 grams. Oh, that's 9 grams and this is 30 mil. How is this going to work? How is it going to work? But honestly, guys, I would like to say, at first I was afraid, I was petrified. So I really want to see, like, close up how concealer works, because surely, I suppose most people do apply their concealer on top of their foundation. Like, you wouldn't just, I don't suppose you just apply concealer and then foundation and then not put more concealer on. I don't know. I just feel like because I haven't had to put much on, it's like almost full coverage, but I just can't quite believe it. I think that's mostly in my head to do with the way that it feels, because it just doesn't feel like I've got foundation on. Do you know what? Like, obviously I've finished my whole makeup now. I'm going to kind of give you my final thoughts, but there are like a few things now that I've done the rest of my makeup which makes me think I'm not sure. I'm gonna try and do like a little close-up. So my main concerns are when I have gone to, basically I did my foundation as you would have seen, and then I put concealer here, I applied liquid blusher, and then I blended it, and it really, I don't know if it was like the liquid blusher. I don't think it would be though, because it works fine with the foundation, this one. And then I applied my powder blusher, which is what I was so excited to show you. I actually bought the Life's Peach blusher. Now, I've actually just seen on it that it says 01 Peach Addict. Now, I didn't know there was different shades of the same peach blusher, because yeah, so I'm not sure if I got the right one, but I really liked it and it worked really well. And then I applied a little bit of bronzer. I don't really apply bronzer anymore. I just prefer like it to be a little bit more natural, so I haven't applied any on my head, but I applied a bit on my cheek, just because when I applied the liquid blusher and after the foundation, it just didn't really work and it just made it go a bit weird. So I managed to fix it, but that is my thoughts about that. Like, obviously it does work differently to the liquid version, because the liquid version works well with the liquid blusher. I'm not sure if that's just because it was quite like a creamy blush, but that was fine. That's the only thing. Like, I do think like it hasn't started to separate or anything. I just think under my eye this side looks a little bit cakey, but it's not very noticeable at all. Like, it's literally the tiniest bit. So I would overall say this is literally amazing, and it made it so much easier. I would way prefer to use this to the liquid one. It took me a lot less time to obviously apply it, because it was literally straight out of the pan and onto my face. I absolutely loved it. Going forward in the future, I'm not sure if I'd repurchase this. I'm going to be completely honest. If this doesn't last me as long, then I wouldn't, because I don't see the point when it's pretty much the same product. I just think the liquid one has a little bit more coverage. Maybe I should have applied another layer. I do normally apply 2 layers, but when I did apply a bit more on this side of my cheek, it went really, really weird, and it was almost like the more I applied, it just didn't look the same. So I avoided that and I just wanted to apply 1 layer. When I apply with the liquid one, I normally apply 2 and it works fine. Like, I just like to apply 2 just so it's a bit more full coverage. So that's the only thing I would say. I think it looks exactly the same. I just think the liquid one has a bit more coverage. It is now 3 AM, but I just realised that if I'm using less of it, it would last me longer anyway. So the liquid is obviously 30ml and the powder's 9 grams, but I'm using 1 layer because it covers the whole of my face rather than needing to go with 2. So there is that. I guess it has like served the full purpose of my full face and I haven't had to use that much. Obviously I'm going to comment on it. I'm not just going to be like, I love it so much, like amazing. Like it is amazing, but like I'm obviously going to mention the bits that I do think I don't really like about it, if that makes sense. But yeah, that is everything from me. I feel like I look so different today. I'm not sure if it's the eyelashes or what, but I really hope you did enjoy this video. Make sure to subscribe and like down below if you did. I am so glad to be doing testing videos. Honestly, they're my favourite, so I really hope you do enjoy. I've got a few more coming up. I actually placed an order last night and I'm so excited. It's a brand new product and I'm hoping to get it up on Wednesday, so you'll have 2 this week. So make sure to check out that video when it does go up. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And that is everything from me, and I really hope to see you very soon in a brand new video. Bye!